What's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul with another mail call here at Liberty Hill Comics and Cards. This one is a Golden Age book that I'm excited to share with you. It's from one of the most significant comic book series ever published, More Fun. More Fun started in 1936. For perspective, I think More Fun was already on like issue number 32 when Action 1 was published. So this is, More Fun was really early days comic books. When comic books started off, they were just reprint series for comic strips from newspapers. And More Fun was one of the very first pioneering series for comic books. So this is More Fun number 111 from 1946. It's a double cover issue. So it's a error print. I haven't seen a double cover earlier than 1946. I'm sure they exist. I've seen plenty of double covers from the 50s, but being somebody who collects errors and oddball things that, you know, you're never going to see again or not likely to see again, this was very appealing to me as a double cover copy. So as I mentioned, More Fun is one of the most significant publications in comic books. So it started in 1936 and it featured many firsts for the comic book industry. So the first standard size comic, this size here from the Golden Age, was standardized by More Fun. More Fun was the first series to put an issue number on the cover, which became, of course, standard for all comic books. More Fun published early appearances of Dr. Occult, who was a forerunner or a contemporary of Superman's. And then it had a whole series of very important, significant keys in the Golden Age. Number 52 is the first Spectre. Number 55 is the first Dr. Fate. Number 71 is the first Johnny Quick. Probably the best known issue is number 73 because in addition to the first appearance of Aquaman, it also has the first appearance of Green Arrow and Speedy. And then to wrap up the sort of coming out of the World War II era of the Golden Age, number 101 featured the first appearance of Superboy and Jor-El. So More Fun Comics has arguably as many significant key issues as any publication ever. By this time in 1946, it was funny books. They were publishing not superhero material, stuff like what you see on the cover here. And they were already doing some of this earlier. They were doing kind of a mix, the Superboy adventures plus some adventures like this. And Superboy had a few appearances in More Fun, and then he went on to his own series, or actually I think he went to Adventure, but at any rate, More Fun at that point became all, funny books. So this issue obviously is not as sought after as many of the other ones that I mentioned, but being a early, 1946 issue of a DC book from one of the most significant series ever published, and it being an error copy with a double cover, this copy here and in a 6.5 was very appealing to me. So only 7 total copies of this book in the CGC Census. This double cover is one of them, so only 5 that aren't double cover, presumably. CGC does not in the census call out double covers, independently, so we have no way of knowing that for sure, but it seems likely. I paid $203 for this all in You know, the book itself was like $173 plus tax and shipping. For me, for a golden age book with an error in a relatively high grade, something as rare as 7 total copies in the CGC, to put this into my personal collection was a no-brainer for only $200. Whether or not it's worth, you know, much more than that is hard to say, right? That was a sort of a YOLO $1 starting bid auction. Could I list this for more as a buy it now and eventually find a buyer for it if I wanted to flip it? Probably, because again, More Fun is an important series, and there are people who are completionists who want every issue, and there just aren't that many of these out there. And if they want one, they want one slabbed, or if they're into error books and they want a very early double cover, there'll be a buyer for this book at, you know, $400, something like that, I would think. But, you know, I'm not fooling myself about the importance of this book or my ability to flip it. There are not a lot of people seeking out these funny books from the post-war era. And so for me, again, I was just happy to add it to my PC for that price. I think for that price, it's well bought, and I'll enjoy it for a long time to come. So I hope you're out there adding to your collection, enjoying the hunt, and until next time, take care of one another.